What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So just going over year to date, we're up 4,300. The last business day, I made 237 off Tesla, and then today I just made 191 basically off Tesla and FRC. So what I want to do is I want to break down just the trades I made and what my thought process was, and honestly, it just didn't work out as well, so I had to cut the trade. So what was happening was in the morning, you can see the time frames here from 9 a.m., 10 a.m., 11, and 12. And what I was doing was I was trying to buy this reversal, and I thought that we were going to get a nice move back up. And I thought we were going to get a move back from here and then coming up. So when I buy reversal trades, and I broke my rule today, what I like to do is I like to trade the first 1 minute candle to make a new high. So as this was selling off, I have the 5 minute chart, and I like to compare my RSI. So right here was RSI right here. And my RSI was at a measly 22. So if you look right here, as I'm scrolling the mouse, you could see right here, it was 22 on the RSI, which lines up to right at the bottom of this candle, which was 178.61. I got a little ahead of myself and I bought at 179. So that was like right in here. So I missed a little bit by 1 point. But the two confirmations that I use was I had the 1 minute chart, which you can see here, the 1 minute RSI, so right here. When I bought, let's just zoom in so you can actually see what I'm showing. When I bought in this range, we're going to draw a bar just so it's easier to see. And so you can see when I'm dragging this red bar over, you'll see the price change. And the reason I'm doing this is I want to show my entry. My entry was at there it is, 179.5. So right there. So now we have the bar here. What I was doing, and that red bar still shows where I bought. So I was way off here. But I figured it sold off from 186. RSI on the 1 minute at this bar here was showing a 34. So look, right here on the 1 minute, it was like a 27 to 34. And then on the 5 minute, it was showing right here at this bar, it was showing 22. So I figured I had a good chance from anywhere from the 5 minute was less than 26 and the 1 minute was less than 35. I thought we were going to get a bounce from here. When you play reversals, it is very important to play the first 1 or 5 minute candle. I like to trade the first 5 minute candle that makes a new high. So look at this green candle here, and then look at this red candle here. So I'm going to zoom in on them, just those candles, just so you can see. So when I buy the reversal, I strictly look. See if I can make this bigger. I strictly buy the new 5 minute candle that breaks the previous low. So if you see here, and you can look up here to confirm, you have H for high, L for low, and then C where it closed. So I'm on this green one right here, and you can see that the low was 178.27, and the high was 179.32. If you look at the next candle, the high was 179.37. So this is the first candle. I'm watching it. I don't buy here. And the high was 179.32. So right up here, you'll see 179.32. And then on this candle, you'll see that right here at the H, it's showing from 179.32 to 179.37. The next candle goes to 179.8, and I bought in between here. So I waited for this to come down. This started coming back up above 179.37. I got filled at 179.5. It went up to right here you can see, it went up to 179.8. And I said to myself, okay, here we go. We're going to start to get a movement here. And this is in this area. I figured we're going to get a movement here, which it did. But unfortunately, I got greedy and I didn't sell the position. So because I held the position, I sold for a lesser profit. And when I was buying here, it just it really kind of dragged and didn't go as high as I thought it would go. It went up to 180. So technically it was like a 1.5 move, which was really good. But because Tesla sold off like 6 points, I could have made exponentially more money instead of taking the gains after it was starting to sell back off. And I didn't want to turn a winner into a loser. So, we still made some money today, but we could have made more money. But when I buy the reversals, I look for strictly that 5 minute candle that breaks a new high. So this is I'm watching them go red, and then this green candle starts to show some life in it, but I don't buy here because it might just continue to sell off. I wait until the next candle, the next 5 minute candle, is above this previous 5 minute candle. I like to buy into that as it's going past it. The thing here is it went here and then it just sold off. And that's where I was like, okay, I have to just take the profits right away. But when it starts to come back up, you're seeing it retest this resistance zone because it failed here, comes back up, it breaks through for a little bit and then sells back down. So when I do the reversals, that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for that 5 minute candle. If you want more confirmation, you can use other time frames like a 10 and a 15. And theoretically, like on the 10 here, you could see the high was right here. The high was 179.34. The high for this candle was way lower. This one didn't reach the 179.34. This candle didn't reach it either, but this green candle passed it. It passed the 179.34, and that would be your entry, 179.35, which would be the break of this candle right here for a move up. And you would get, that's almost a point move on Tesla, which is good if you're trading larger share size. If you're trading smaller size, then it's not really going to make a difference. But that was my thought process trading today, and I just decided to cut it because I couldn't get the breakout. I thought I was going to get a move much bigger. So if you look, Tesla really just, the whole market has just been really slow today. But I was hoping because we had such a rally yesterday and the day before that we were going to get a nice pop back up and get like 5-6 points out of this. So it is what it is. But when I'm making those reversal trades, that's what I'm trying to find. And just to show you another stock that I was trading, which you can see where I played the reversal, because it just shows a good example of when you're buying these reversals. Let's take this off here. Let's put this in the 5-minute candle. And this is a prime example of where I bought and traded. Now let me zoom in just so you can see it because this is just too far away for anybody to see on the screen. So zooming in here, I'm going to make this bigger. So this 5-minute was selling off. And just to give perspective, this was, if you look, this is the after hours. It was completely sold off. It was $33. It sold all the way down to $18. Over here, $18. I didn't buy, because I saw this later, because this is after hours, but I didn't buy until this, you see this green candle, this 5-minute candle made a new high. So this kept selling off, making lows. And this is what I mean. You got to be careful when you're buying these reversals. But I only buy when it passes this reversal. So let's just zoom in on this section and we can see where the entry was. And I didn't make much money. You saw it. It was like 12 bucks. But it's after hours and I'm already done trading for the day. But I like to at least test the theory, which is good. So here we're looking at the high. We're looking at the low. The low of this candle was 18.6. The high was 20.25. So 20.25 is the number we need to beat. Here it goes to 19.73 as indicated right here by the H. You went from 20.25 to 19.73. So we're not going to enter yet. We don't know if this is going to bounce. The entry is right here because look, the high is 20.26. So in real time, as this is happening, as the stock is moving, you're going to buy when it's above this 20.25, or at least that's where I bought. So I bought 20.26 and then wrote it up to 20.48. So it's just a quick trade, but it's just a good example of how the trades can be made, how you can do it. And that's how I do the reversals. I try not to just buy the fallen knife because look at this stock in the last not even 5 days. This stock was $90 down to 20. So you just, when you buy these stocks, you could really just be buying the fallen knife and you would just lose all your money if you purchased over here. But if you look, there was no indication of any candle making a new higher here until it breaks and makes the new 5-minute candle. That's when I go in. But this is obviously like a 5-day chart. But that's definitely just how I'm playing my reversals when I'm looking, especially with everything that's going in the market. You just got to be very careful. And one last thing I just want to say is I was using ATR to make these moves. ATR is just showing the volatility at certain times of the day. And the more diagonal it is, like this, coming down, the more volatile, the more bigger the move. Meaning like it was going from, let's just put this in, make so you can actually see it. Puts in 30-minute candles. Let's try 15-minute candles. So you can see that right here, it's not really moving. It's staying at the same price range of like 27 and 30. But when it went from $28 down to 25, you could see that it was moving down faster. So the price is dipping lower. On the contrary, if it was going up, this would just be coming up like this as an arrow. So sometimes you can't just rely on like your RSI. RSI can work as a good scalp, but you need to follow a stop loss because it can still stay in this range. Look how low the RSI has been the entire time, but it's still just selling off. So it's always good just to keep that in mind. That's all I really wanted to show you. I just want to show you what my strategy was, what was happening. And this is just for today. Normally, I like to trade TQQ and SQQ, but I've been trading Tesla a lot lately. Because, I mean, you can even see, like my last 31 days, I'm up over almost $6,000, but most of my trades have been in Tesla. Tesla's 3,100, TQQ is 28, Amazon 897. So it just shows you like you can trade anything, but it's good just to get familiar with specific stocks that you trade, and that might help you just know the movements, get used to where their support areas are. Like for example, I was trading Tesla, and over the last like 1 month, you can just see when you're drawing out these resistance lines where they are. And you can see like certain areas that there could be pockets where you can scalp. And that's where I've been looking this whole time. And with Wednesday coming up with the FOMC meeting, we just have to wait now and just see what interest rate they're gonna bring. But that's what I wanted to show. I just want to show my trades for yesterday and today. Tesla, we're doing good. I keep adding the gains to SCHD, which is a dividend ETF, and this thing is dying. I have a 73 cost basis. I have like I don't know 3,500 shares. I'm sorry, $3,500 in it, and this thing just keeps selling off. But if you look at the life of it, it gives like a 3% dividend, and I'm not planning on selling it anytime soon. So $73, it's down from like $80. We'll see. Maybe we'll get a nice bounce on it, but either way, I'm holding it long term, so it doesn't matter. So the more gains I make, the more I add to it, which is good. But I just want to give you a quick recap on how I've been trying to trade these reversals because the market's been so volatile lately.